So now that you've got the mechanism out, if it's still jammed, the first things to look for are for any coins where there shouldn't be coins. You should see 9 coins in the escalator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's one behind there, usually, sometimes not. Maybe there's only 8. No, if we had a coin in there, you'd see 9. So if there's any coins that are stuck in this area, stuck in here, you could take a small screwdriver and work them out. You should see a coin right there. That's a coin that's about to be directed into the coin tube. You probably want to look down here, down in this area. There should be no coins down there. Sometimes a coin will fall down there and it will start binding on something else in the mechanism. If that's the case, all you need to do is, use your fingers or a pair of needle nose pliers or whatever to get the screw out. Especially if it, if there's a coin anywhere, but it'll really cause problems if it falls down there by the slides. These guys here are the slides. These are what move back and forth when you hit a winning combination. Again, you can look around there with a flashlight to see if there's any coins, and there shouldn't be. And the same thing here. Now, if you want to try to cycle the machine outside the machine, I'll show you how to do that. There's a dog right here, which as you're cycling the mechanism, keeps the mechanism from cycling backwards. If the machine's jammed up and you want to release the tension, what you need to do is you need to push down on this bar here just a little bit, and that will release the tension on this dog. And then you can take a screwdriver or your finger, just make sure you don't get it caught, and you can push it the top to the right, so clockwise, just a little bit, and that will then allow the mechanism to cycle all the way back. If you want to cycle the mechanism outside of the machine, assuming there's no jams, all you need to do is put a nickel in there, and there's where it sits. So now we should see 9 nickels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take a heavy duty screwdriver like this. Put the screwdriver on top of this big rolling pin, and then the head down here. And then once you do that, it takes usually 2 hands to steady it. You can cycle the mech. And it's jammed up again, and it's probably this guy, which it is. So we do have a problem with jamming up that we can check into later. Now if you want to have the reels free spin, what you can do, put another coin in there. This is what's called the clock. It's the governor on the device. And you can take another screwdriver, just put it in there so it'll stop the blade from spinning. You can also use your finger, but it's definitely causing the jam. So now the wheels are free spinning. You can pull the screwdriver or whatever you used out of the way. I usually just use my finger. And so now, if you want to, you can line up a winning combination. And there's 2 cherries. Oops. And normally it would pay off, but this is a special machine that's got a deferred pay feature, which I'll talk about when I talk about that machine. But if it didn't have that feature, the slides would have paid out. Actually, if I... There. 2 cherry slide paid out, and so there should be a couple nickels at the bottom. Which there are. So what I'm going to do now, and I'm not going to do it on tape, but figure out why the coin detection lever is binding up and fix that. And hope you found this useful. Well, as long as I'm at it, I'm going to show you how to put the mechanism back into the case. First thing you want to do is you want to make sure these two locking bars are in the forward position or the up position. And you might as well put those two up, these two levers here, which hold down the bonnet. We then take the mech and slowly line it up, and slide it into place, and when it gets there you should hear a click like that. Take the locking bars, put them back down. Next thing is to put on the bonnet. Make sure the bonnet locking levers are all the way up. There should be a pin right here that fits in this hole. Now you want to be careful here and not force it, because if you force it, this is a weak point on the Roll-A-Top and you can break this top bonnet or top casting. You should just slide in, hold down the locking levers, the bonnet's now locked in, and then you can put on the door, which is pretty self-explanatory, and your machine is ready to be put back on display. While I'm at it, I want to talk about one other way to cycle the mechanism, or the escalator without the mechanism. If you look, there should be a lever right here, and it's usually got some red paint on it. When the lever is pulled back towards you, that locks out the mechanism. And when it's in that position, you can cycle the escalator without cycling the mech. So it's a very useful way to see if your escalator is working properly without cycling the mech. And then to put it back so the mech does cycle, lift it up, it'll snap down. Now the mechanism is engaged, and when you put in a nickel, everything works. So that's pretty much how the Roll-A-Top mechanism works, how you can try to unjam it. The number one key is don't force it. Never force anything on these old slot machines. If there's something binding, figure out where the bind is and release the pressure. Don't just pull back on the handle, because if you do, you're going to break something, and then you've got a very costly repair in front of you.